It has been long awaited, and we finally have Shield Arms S15 Mags for the Glock 43X and the Glock 48. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Concealed Carry channel. I am Grant McLean. It has been long awaited, and we finally have some Shield products. Shield Arms S15 Mags for the Glock 43X and the Glock 48. I'm going to show you how it's going to come packaged, so if you order some of these, what to expect in that regard, and then also show you some of the differences from your factory mag and the S15 mag, and some of the things too that I would look out for if I was buying these that you definitely should consider before placing the order online, because they are on quite a bit of a back order, so it'd really suck to get it and find out, ooh, I missed that part. So anyways, we'll touch on that. I want to say thanks so much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you would like to be a Patreon supporter, go down to the description below, click on the top link. It'll take you to our page, and your support is greatly appreciated. Plus, you'll get entries in for our quarterly giveaway, and we have exclusive extra content, what we call Beyond the Black Shirt, for things that we don't really show here on the Concealed Carry channel. Going beyond the black shirt. It's nice. Also very cool stuff. If you want to get a gun or some accessories, visit nwarmory.com. The folks over at Northwest Armory have been awesome to the channel, so let's be awesome to them. And if you want to get some awesome reactive targets, visit xhunttargets.com. Those are the reactive targets that you'll see on some of my other reviews that I use at the shooting range. Now, I know this is one of the big reasons that people are considering Glock 43Xs and Glock 48s versus other micro compacts or subcompact pistols that have the ability to go beyond 10 rounds. So like the P365, the Hellcat, the new Shield Plus, those all have the ability from the factory to hold 13 rounds. The P365 has a 15-round magazine. The Hellcat has a 13-round magazine. These are all things that you can get as factory accessories. But you know, I have the Glock 43X MOS here, and I was a little late to the game on the Shield upgrades, and that is my bad, because I really like what they have going on here, and I'm going to share with you my findings. First, we're going to compare the Shield Arms metal mag release versus a factory Glock one, so you know what to expect there. And then we're going to compare the Shield Arms 15 round versus the 10 round and what to look for with that. All right, first things first. We have the Shield Arms replacement metal mag release there. I do like the texture on it. I like the aesthetic look. It's kind of a grid pattern. It kind of, in a certain way, it matches the other Glock textures right here, and it functions very well. My only thing is it's a little bit flush to the actual grip for my likings. If you don't mind that, it's going to be very similar to what you'd be used to on a factory Glock mag release. It's a little bit more flush to the actual grip. So if you don't mind that, and you're going to order the Shield mags, and you're one click away from ordering the magazine release, the metal mag release, go ahead and click order it, in my opinion. Me personally, I'll probably put a extended mag release, something that has a little bit more of a checkering texture to it, something like you would get from Glock Store or Hive. I really like where it sits up a little bit further off of the grip. That's my opinion, but functionality wise, this works very well, and you can swap it over to the right side of the gun, no problem for you lefties. That'll come in this little package here. Nothing too special. It of course tells you Glock 43X and Glock 48. Boom, there you go. Let's go ahead and jump into the magazines. If you order the S15 magazines, They're going to come in this little package here. There is nothing too special for it. It is going to tell you, obviously, what models it is for. Okay, so you see that? Ta-da! I already have one out of the package here, so I'll show you that. Dimensionally, these magazines are almost the same, which a lot of people will go, okay, well, all right, this is not a extended magazine. How do they just pack in another 5 rounds? This one's metal. The Shield S15 is metal. The factory Glock one is polymer. When you have polymer, it's going to be thicker, essentially all the way around. That's going to take away from room for bullets to double stack. Now they just single stack. You see there. And you can put in 10 rounds in that height of a magazine. When the walls are now thinner, because it's metal, now you can stagger them, double stack, whatever you want to call it, and you can magically put in another 5 rounds. How awesome is that? Let's go ahead and put this into the firearm itself so you can see what does it look like. Because you don't, want something that, yes, you have more rounds, but now it just looks like a Frankenstein gun. It doesn't. There's only a small aesthetic thing that bugs me, and if you know me, I'm pretty nitpicky. So we'll start off with the factory Glock Mag. You can see you have a small gap. That's how it is from the factory. Even on the 19s, okay, they all have that little bit of a gap there. No big deal. All right. The factory Glock magazine rounds off to the front of the grip nicely. Here we have the Shield S15 Mag. Same thing, you have that little bit of a gap. No big deal. On the front of the grip, it's a little bit more square on the Shield Mag, and the grip is a little bit more rounded. That's the only aesthetic real difference that I see. Now, on the bottom of the Shield Arms Mags, you do have these little dots. And sometimes people will see these on like the Magpul magazines for Glocks. They have the little dots, and you'll see these on different aftermarket manufacturers. What the heck are those for? You can take a little paint pen and you can fill in that dot. So that way you know which magazine is which. You can fill it in with different colors. You know which magazine's which. And you can also use this to create a little letter or number. So I could fill those dots in the shape or outline, whatever you want to call it, of, say, a number 2 or a number 1 or number 3. So I know which mag is which. So if you have, say, your range magazine where you run Full Metal Jacket, and then you have your defensive magazine where you run jacketed hollow points, you could essentially put, say, like a H for home and an R for range, or things like that. That's why you have those little dots in the bottom. So it's going to come like that already. Another thumbs up there. Now, when you order these Shield mags, you want to make sure that you order either right or left mags. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the Glock mags, they have a cutout for the magazine release on both the right and left side of the magazine. So if you swap this, if you're left-handed, you swap this over to the right side of the gun, and you buy Shield arms that do not have that cutout for the left side of the gun, then you're going to put this in there and it's not going to stay, nor is your magazine release going to function. So you want to make sure that you get it for the appropriate side that you have your magazine release on. So if you have your magazine release on the left side of the gun, you want to make sure that on the magazine, that cutout is on the right side of the magazine, because you're pushing that magazine this way, and that's what's catching on to the right side of the magazine. So it's backwards thinking in a certain way. All right. Other than that, I'll just tell you this. why I decided, other than the capacity, to go with the S15 Mags. I personally know people that have hundreds, if not at this point, thousands of rounds through their S15 Mags with zero malfunctions, zero failures to feed, anything that would throw up a red flag for me in putting this into a firearm that I would essentially use to save my life or my family's life. With that being said, I don't have a ton of time personally behind the trigger of my Glock 43X with these yet. But I am fully confident, because I know these people personally. I would tell any of my friends or family I would be absolutely okay, better than okay, running these in a gun that I would trust with my life. Because I know these people personally. I know how they care for their guns. I know how they shoot their guns. I know the training they do. And I am completely confident in that. So even though myself, my friends here on the Concealed Carry channel, I myself may not have hundreds of rounds through my shield mags. However, the folks that I trust do. Hence, I've chosen to order these as well. And I'm going to be running these in my Glock 43X as well. Okay, so just want to make sure you guys understand that, hey, I'm new to these as well. Unfortunately, I wish that I would have gotten them sooner. So those of you who are considering getting shield mags, because you're also looking at a Glock 48 or 43X, I would say if you know you're going to be buying a 43X or 48 and you're just waiting on inventory to come into your local gun store or whatever it might be, all right? Because I wanted the Glock 43X MOS for myself, so I waited till this model came available. I should have just ordered these darn things because I knew I was going to get the gun anyways. I was just waiting on inventory to show up. So that's the thing is if you're considering it, definitely order it early, because the back order is going to be a couple months, if not longer at this point. But other than that, you guys, I would love to hear from those of you who have these mags, have considered them, converted to them. I know there's a lot of people that really like them, but at the end of the day, you know, this is all about sharing our experiences, so that way people who haven't quite made a educated decision on it or found enough information to make a better educated decision, this is why they're coming to the channel. So we want to share our input with them and make them, you know, feel confident in what they're going to do. But make sure that you guys hit that like, hit the subscribe, of course, share the channel with your friends, family, and other gun enthusiasts, and check out our Patreon page. It's in the description below. Help support the channel in any way you can. We greatly appreciate it. And then also, if you want to get a gun, some accessories and things like that, visit nwarmory.com. Folks over at Northwest Armory have been fantastic to the channel, so we want to help support them too. And if you want to get some awesome reactive targets, visit xhunttargets.com. Other than that, you guys, thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time here on the Concealed Carry channel. What we would like to call Beyond the Black Shirt. I don't know why we would like to call it, because we do actually call it that.
Right.
So, yes, those are the reactive targets you'll see on my other reviews that I do shootings and... Okay. I don't do shootings.
No.
I go to the range and shoot guns. Okay. Yes.